Pam from All Hands Art, and today we are at a mural site where I'm working on a mosaic mural that was part of also this painted mural, and I'm going to show you how to mix Thinset mortar, which is the most common, or for me anyway, the most common outdoor mosaic adhesive. It's a regular tile adhesive. I buy it in 50-pound bags like this. There's different brands. This is a basic one. And I'm going to just mix a small amount in a reused container. I like to start with the water. This is just regular water. I bring my own containers of water to a site usually. I'm going to put about 1/4 of an inch of water at the bottom. I like to start with water because it makes it easier to not have powdery stuff in the corners. It makes it easier to mix it thoroughly. I have a little scooper that I put in here. The Thinset is just like powder. It's the consistency of flour, like baking flour. And I have, you could stir it with a putty knife, or I like to use these little art paint palette knives. And let's talk about consistency. I'm gonna get it mixed in. It's pretty liquid right now with that amount that I put in, and it's too runny. If you're working on a horizontal mosaic, you can get away with having your Thinset thinner, but we're going to be working on a vertical surface, so we need it to be stiff enough that it can hold a tile up on the wall without that tile sliding down. So I'm adding some more. I like to get it about the thickness of cookie dough or brownie mix. And I'm going to stir it around. It's feeling a little bit stiffer. And there's 2 tests that I use to see if it's thick enough. One is if I hold some up on my knife, it should not glop down. This is kind of glopping down. And you can imagine if you're using it to stick a tile on the wall, that same thing might happen with the tile. It might slowly just go. So I'm going to add a little bit more. So that's one way to test it. So the second thing to check for, and I'm not sure if we can see this on video, but if the Thinset is sitting, not being stirred, and it gets kind of glistening, water is sort of pooling up on top, and it's all shiny, that probably means it's still too wet. So this is, I would say, kind of on the border of being ready. You can see it's barely slipping down, but I could probably get away with it, or I could add just a little bit more. So that's how you mix up Thinset. It's pretty basic. Water and Thinset mortar powder, tough enough, stiff enough to hold its shape and not be glistening wet.